All right, so the market overall, I mean, some stocks are moving actually pretty good. A couple of them on my radar. One that actually played yesterday, also later in the day, CEG. That's moved a lot this morning. I'm still got my eye on CrowdStrike. Obviously, I'm watching NVIDIA. But long story short, DJT is actually moving pretty good. But long story short, the only thing that really triggered a trade for me was Reddit. And that one worked out because you don't want to just get into trades to get into trades. You don't want to just click buttons, otherwise you're treating it like gambling. And even though you might make out on a few trades, it's a really bad habit to develop. There's got to be a very defined, specific reason why you get in a trade. You at least need to know pretty much when you're going to get out on the profit target or the loss, and just stick with that and try to take the emotions out of it. Okay, so not too much going on today. 384, still got an open trade. It fluctuates a little bit. But really, there is only one play on my radar. Today's the FOMC, by the way, Federal Market Open Committee. A lot of times the market's flat. It was flat this morning. But it usually float up before that, before Jerome Powell, speaks. And they release the data regarding, interest rates and everything. So a lot of volatility will come in at 2 o'clock Eastern. But the only play on my radar was Reddit. It was over 200 for the first time. Should be able to fade it back under 200. Did that in the pre-market, and wanted to see if it'd play out in the regular market like that, which that was the only thing I took. You'll see right at the open, around 202, and then it did get down to even under 196. But that was basically the only thing I took that I felt had the highest probability of playing out, and I stuck to my plan. Okay, but while I'm sitting here, just kind of seeing if there's anything else good setting up, watching the markets, it's almost 10:30 Eastern time, and there's going to be fireworks during FOMC, and, some people won't even trade during that, because unless you're quick scalping, there's just a lot of false breakouts and everything else. So I might just call it an early day and actually go to the gym, get a workout in. But in general, when you're sitting here all day, at least me, I'm always trying to figure something out. You always want to give yourself an edge. It's a probability game. Actually, day trading is a zero-sum game. So you're trying to outsmart and outplay not only all those computer algorithms and everything that are programmed, to move these stocks a certain way, but other traders. Now, obviously, because the statistics are 95% people lose money, it's easy to take their money. But those guys are really good. That's who you're playing against. And those guys are really good, by the way. I mean, they can, move 5-6 digits a day. I mean, they're making 10,000 plus, 30,000 plus, 100,000 plus. They know what they're doing, man. Obviously, they're not making that every day. I mean, I'm happy if I break $1,000 a day. I mean, that's my level right now. But any green day, even if it's a few hundred, it all adds up, man. So, the bigger days, the better for obvious reasons, not just because, you get a nice sum for the day, but you got to figure, it's going to offset those losing days. So hypothetically, you make $3,000 in one day, and if you lose 300 the next, 400 the next, you're still doing 2,300 in 3 days, which is pretty damn good. That's how you got to look at it, So those bigger wins, those bigger days are really nice because, you don't want just get in the mindset like every day is going to be like that. You build that cushion for the inevitable losses. So, and I had only recently got back into day trading, by the way, because, I was actively pursuing a lot of other stuff last year. Now, of course, I'm still pursuing, the movies heavily and all that kind of stuff. And I'm still going to get a big ass fight this year, trust me. But outside of that, there was a really good business opportunity that I was pursuing, some sales related things. And, I was just basically, when you're pursuing too many things, it's hard to really put your focus in something. And with day trading, because I wasn't even home half the time last year, I couldn't really do it. So I was just swing trading on the side, which paid my bills. But getting back into day trading is going to be nice, at least when I'm at home, because you need full concentration. I'm staring at 3 monitors, but of those 3 monitors, there's I got 6 charts on this one, 6 charts on this one, and this one I'm managing my trades, but I'll even pull up all the charts on that one as well. You need that full concentration when you're actually home, when you can do it. Oh, but with all that, man, the point I was trying to make, and these stories are limited to a minute, So I'm sitting here all day, right? Well, during the trading day anyway. And then, you're constantly thinking of trying to give yourself an edge. What can I do to give myself an edge? And you run different scenarios in your head. And obviously, risk mitigation comes into play and all that other stuff. And just thinking, what would be the easiest thing for me to do that would be consistent enough that I can manage during the day? And I think I figured out the perfect strategy, at least for me, something that I know I can easily manage and have extreme confidence in. And it has to do with futures options contracts. So leverage on leverage, which you would think would sound very risky, but there's a way to do it where it's really not that risky and you could consistently pull money, a decent sum all the time. Well, when I say all the time, the way you can manage and maneuver, you won't necessarily make money every single day, but you will. I would be shocked if you didn't come ahead pretty well every single month. Now it's not going to be a ridiculous amount of money, but it would be a livable income, and it's something that I could actually probably manage 10 minutes a day. So I got to back test this thing, but everybody is like trying to figure that thing out, right? The holy grail. But this holy grail, it's not going to make me $1 million in a year or anything, but it's going to give me a shitload of freedom because it's going to be very easily to manage. Yeah, it's a beautiful strategy, man. And I've tinkered around with it a bit, but just crunching everything in my head. I got to run some like back testing, some different models, but yeah, this is going to be big, man.